For All Mankind Season 5, Episode 6 wrapped up with a declaration of war between Mars and Earth. While a colony has been established on Mars for well over a decade in the show, the question of ownership remains a hotly contested subject when it comes to the Red Planet. Initially, several countries and organizations made their way to Mars and claimed their right to be there. However, over time, as Mars has become a means of production with the iridium mining industry and a larger population of people, the leadership and control of the Mars base appears to be more of a contentious topic. In Episode 6, No Sudden Moves, the Sons and Daughters of Mars, SDM, have taken over the base and presented some demands to the M6, a network of nations who lay claim to Mars and its resources. Unfortunately, the episode also ends with the US president responding by saying they will not negotiate with terrorists, labeling the protesters as vile and undeserving of any further communication or discussion. Mars and the M6 are at a deadlock in For All Mankind. Despite many of the residents of Mars hailing from countries that are member nations of the M6, life on Mars has become more than a job or a temporary excursion for them. Mars is now home to a rising generation with children born, raised, and educated on the Red Planet. Similarly, there are small independent businesses and traders on Mars creating a strong community feeling a vast distance from their planet of origin. In an effort to avoid mass deportation off Mars when the impending automation will eliminate the need to have the vast majority of the workforce, the SDM has stopped the transport of iridium as a means of bargaining for more rights, such as a say in who will lead their community and how society will be policed. However, the president declared boldly and adamantly that there would be no discussion, and they would respond in kind by cutting off all resupplies to Mars, essentially leaving the people there stranded and unable to access more food, water, and medication once their supplies run out. The sons and daughters of Mars deserve to get a vote in Mars' future. While the initial conflict saw the SDM take control of the Mars base by force, with them holding senior leadership at gunpoint, tying up hostages, and even injuring a few individuals, such as peacekeepers, the demands that they are looking for aren't that unreasonable. While the SDM and others were peacefully protesting about their displeasure with automation plans, the peacekeepers arrived in riot gear, armed with sticks and guns, and the conflict escalated from there. The methods were extreme, but the SDM did not start the conflict, and they have every right to be upset about the uncertain future that was being planned for them in secret. The SDM wants to avoid automation, secure a future for those living on Mars, and gain more autonomy as a society, with the right to vote for who will lead them into the future, and who will protect them and uphold the law. The conflict is just beginning in For All Mankind. While the SDM has calmed down thanks to the arrival of Miles Dale and the clear thinking of people like Aleda Rosales, the feud with Earth is a long way from being resolved. Due to the intense way that this conflict began, all of these individuals could be up for criminal charges if they decide to give up the feud and accept the consequences. This seems unlikely, and the steps to stop iridium exports clearly set the stage for an ongoing negotiation. But with the US and the rest of the M6 appearing unwilling to concede, things will escalate. Most of the peacekeepers are still running around the Mars base, and they could coordinate further attacks to try and overthrow the SDM. Meanwhile, back on Earth, some Marines have been recalled to their base, which could indicate plans to prepare to send these young soldiers out if the conflict is not resolved quickly. Whatever comes next, it seems that things will get worse before they get better in For All Mankind.